Hey guys, Carl Schoof here from Snorkel.tv, and we're continuing with our top 5 hidden wonders of TweenLite. And what we're going to be talking about now is the FrameForward plugin. In order to illustrate the benefits of the FrameForward plugin, I'm going to do a little refresh of the Frame plugin, which we have used before in the tutorial. So right here, I just want to show you that I have a very simple timeline tween set up, where this guy Harold stops or has keyframes of him positioned above these little buttons here. Okay, so he comes in from off stage to button 1, button 2, 3, and then off stage to the right. Now I have some code in here which is using the Frame plugin, which allows us to tween to a particular frame in a timeline. And so for each button I'm basically saying tween this timeline to frame 10, then we're going to tween to frame 20, and then tween to frame 30. Notice this is different than a built-in go to and play function of Flash. Here we're tweening from wherever the object is and then ending on this frame. If you need to watch my frame label plugin video, you can find it on Snorkel.tv. So let's test this out right now. And if I click on the first button, Harold comes shuffling in. If I click on the second button, there he goes. Click on the third, so it works. Now with the Frame plugin, it's very nice in that if I want to go back to frame 1, it automatically rewinds for me. And that is probably what you're going to want to do most of the time. So as I'm going to 3, I can click on 1 and he comes back, and it works in reverse and also forwards. Now suppose I'm on button number 3 here and I want to go back to 1. Well, he's going to roll backwards, right? We've seen that happen before. Well, the FrameForward plugin allows us to wrap our timeline, meaning if I click on number 1, he's going to go off stage right and then come back from the left, which is really pretty cool. So in order to use the FrameForward plugin, we just want to make sure that we are importing the FrameForward plugin forward, and let me just copy that. And we also want to make sure we're activating this plugin properly. And we're going to be calling FrameForward now in all 3 tweens. So now what's going to happen is the timeline will always play forward until it hits the frame that we're going to. Let's give it a look. If I click on the first button, Harold walks to the button 1. If I go to button 2, he walks to button 2. But if I want to go back to 1, notice how he goes forward and wraps around. If I'm on button number 3 and I want to go back to 2, he loops all the way through. So there's probably many cases where this could come in handy for you. So if I click on 1, remember the Frame plugin would move him backwards. The FrameForward plugin makes the timeline wrap. And you can have a lot of fun with this. All right, so there you go. Hidden wonder number 4, the FrameForward plugin. And now, why do I call this a hidden wonder? Again, some of these, if we go to the GreenSock site, a lot of the plugins are listed in the Plugin Explored. But something like FrameForward, what you got to do is be a little proactive sometimes and look in the documentation. And there are so many hidden wonders in here, it is ridiculous. We have the FrameForward plugin, which we just talked about, and also FrameBackward. Scale, which I talked about, is also hidden in here, the Scale plugin. So there's so many here that we can experiment. Today we're sticking with 5 hidden wonders. All right, folks, I'll catch you soon with number 5, which is a real doozy. We're going to talk about using all 2 tweens and talking about the onComplete and onComplete all callbacks that you can use. It's awesome.